The light in this apartment sucks.
Hello and welcome to Geeks of the Round Dexter discussion. Seventh finale, episode 12. Surprise, motherfucker!
Yeah, it was a hell of a surprise.
Hold on, wait. I think the only surprise is how badly the writers screwed up the finale.
I thought I was going to be the only one who didn't like the finale. Like, if you look everywhere online, everybody loved the finale, and I was just like, I wasn't a big fan.
Morons. For all the great theories we had.
I know!
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Deanna? What do you think of the finale?
Besides that one point at the end, it kind of fell flat for me.
What?
It really did.
Jimmy, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. I kind of liked it, but you're right. It was just I just can't see how they're going to explain it for next season.
And I haven't done introductions yet, so I'm just doing this first. Todd, what do you think?
50-50.
50-50? Okay. Well, first off, my name's Matt. I'm your host, here with Deanna Jackson, our executive producer.
Finally back with a new computer! Finally! That old piece of shit is gone. I'm going to go shoot at it later on.
And down at the end, we got David. How you doing, David?
Right.
Man of many words. And just to my right, we have Jimmy Louise. How you doing?
Doing all right, guys. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
And down at the other end, we have a frequent commenter, Todd Grundle. How you doing?
I am well. I've been muting because of a horrible chair, so if I'm ever delayed, I apologize.
No worries.
So like someone getting busy over there.
Violated.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like, I mean, there's some things. It's like, I mean, I don't want to be completely negative about this episode. There's a lot of things that I liked. Obviously, it was really great seeing Eric King back on the show in flashback form. I really miss Dokes' character. I thought it brought a lot to the show. It's kind of cool. It's just seeing him back, I mean, just in some way, shape, or form for these new flashback scenes. Kind of seeing, you know, how he first got his suspicions that there was something wrong with Dexter and whatnot. That part I enjoyed.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed seeing Eric King also. I think, however, his scenes and LaGuerta's scenes just kind of fell flat for me.
Yeah, LaGuerta certainly did. It's like, I mean, I'm still not buying that all of a sudden that Maria's a detective. I'm sorry. It's like, I mean, come on, for fucking 6 years, we've been building up the fact that she's useless and can't do anything, and all of a sudden, she figures out Dexter's a serial killer. Are you fucking with me? Really? I mean,
why didn't they touch at all on her? Because it was on the, even though just a little bit, you know, a little bit of a flirtation. Plus, she did like Dexter a lot, you know, like really like cared for him. Even if she didn't love him romantically, she loved him as a human. Why didn't they touch on that at all?
Yeah, they did not mention that at all this season, and they only kind of touched on it in the first season, like hinted at it. And
well, she did mention in that episode that she stood behind him and that she had his back, and you know, she did touch on it a little bit, but not actually how deep their relationship was or not. So
yeah, it was kind of surprising that that wasn't mentioned at all this season, or it wasn't touched on it in the slightest. And really, I think even in the first season, you had to have read the books to have even noticed it.
No, not really. It's like, I mean, I think even in the first episode, in the pilot episode, it was pretty obvious. I mean, Dexter even commented on it in his inner dialogue.
Warning on anything.
So it was you had to have seriously not been paying attention if it went under your radar, I think.
Maybe. Well, I want to go at this point by point. First, we have Dexter visiting Hannah, and we got the first of our theories blown out of the water.
Yeah, completely.
which was the fact that she did indeed poison Deb. Were you disappointed, David?
Very much so, in that there wasn't much build up to that. She just came out and admitted it freely. I was expecting that Deb poisoned herself.
Yeah, I didn't think that she did it herself, but I really didn't think that Hannah did it either. I thought maybe there was a third option.
Well, when I saw the actual medication in the bottom of the bottle, I knew that she had gotten poisoned. But there was the two theories that either Hannah actually did it, or Deb did it to herself to frame Hannah to get Dexter to kill her. And I kind of felt that Hannah might have done it. So maybe I'm on the outside of the theory there, but I kind of figured that Hannah did it. So.
And there's also the competing theory that still exists that Deb did indeed do it, but that Hannah caught to it for Dexter's sake.
Okay, that's a different one. Yeah, that's possible as well.
No.
I don't think that that's true. I'm just mentioning that that's been put out there.
That's a degree of cleverness that I really don't expect from the writers at this point. I mean, because that would actually be interesting, and because it's so interesting and multifaceted, no, hell no, not these writers. They can't do something like that. They wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, they try to keep it a little bit more straightforward, or not,
And does anyone have a theory as to exactly why she bit Dexter?
I thought she was poisoning him at that point.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. But no, he was fine.
You were thinking kind of like a poison ivy type of situation?
Yeah.
I was thinking more along the line of bitch.
Jimmy, you broke up there. Try again.
No, I was thinking more on the lines of she was saying love stings and that you're my bitch.
That's probably right.
That would definitely make sense. Next, we have Dexter's arrest, which of course was kind of a trap to counter LaGuerta's trap, which I thought was interesting. Which, of course, destroyed our second theory.
Yep. Again, it's our theories just keep getting shot out of the water because I think in our theories we were just fucking giving the writers too much credit. We were coming up with good shit. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the Dexter getting arrested so early in the episode was a huge surprise to me. And I don't know, it was... But when it came down to it, it kind of harkened back to, and LaGuerta mentioned this, harkened back to Dexter goading Dokes into a fight. Remember that? When he just walked up to Dokes and head slammed him?
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Speaking of Dokes, in the flashbacks, I'm really disappointed that there wasn't some kind of reveal in those flashbacks. They just kind of showed scenes that we'd already seen.
They were scenes that we had already known had kind of happened, but they were new scenes. Like Eric King actually came in and filmed those for the show.
Did he?
Yeah. I triple checked on that.
Then that's even more disappointing.
Yeah.
You were right, though, Matt, when he goes through that station that Angel was going to be the one stopping the line.
Yeah.
I remember him saying, "You creepy motherfucker," or whatever. There's things I remember. But, there were things from those scenes that I remember him saying, but I guess, like you said, maybe there were different angles and it was the same dialogue, maybe. But some of those seemed like things he had said already, like with the donuts and the and creepy motherfucker and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's walk like a lizard on glass, you creep motherfucker.
Yeah.
on ice, yeah. It was, but yeah, those were. It's just him repeating things he had said before, like "surprise motherfucker." He always said and things like that. He repeats the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's like Masuka. He's only got a set a number of phrases he really can say.
Hey, stick with what works. It's like I was happy to have him around saying "surprise, motherfucker" one more time.
Yeah, it was good.
That actually reminds me of something I'm going to put in my script here because I just reminded myself of something. Yeah, and then of course we had the interrogation. He seemed pretty calm, and he kept control of that interrogation from beginning to end. I thought that was rather interesting.
Yeah,
Well,
he definitely kept
Made
cool and
himself
controlled the
arrested,
situation.
right? On purpose.
Yeah, he got arrested on purpose, but he kind of gave it away because of the fact that he remained way too calm. He gave it away for the viewer, at least I thought so. Like, if you were the viewer and you saw how calm he was, it kind of tipped his hand that he got caught on purpose. Because at that point, we didn't know.
I was
That's
more
true.
confused at that point, honestly. I was confused because I was like, "Where is this footage coming from?" Because they would have showed us, him doing that earlier and made us worry about it, and then it comes back. You know what I mean? So I was a little confused.
I just thought it was, I don't know, just kind of interesting how he had kept control and controlled the narrative. And the fact that he said because you were his lieutenant, you were his friend, you were his lover. Like, I don't know.
Seemed kind of scripted.
What's that?
Seemed kind of scripted to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he knew exactly what he was going to say before he said it.
Now I have a question. Do you guys find that, well, not so much Deb anymore, but when she first started out, but between Dokes and Deb, that there was a lot of cursing for cursing's sakes? You know, they over cursed, like it was beyond what even someone would say in a normal conversation.
Well, yeah, but that was the characters.
Yeah, it's like it depends on who you're talking to. It's like, I mean, Matt and I are former Marines. We can tell you about some cussing motherfuckers. If anything, they were light on the profanity compared to some of the conversations with people that we know.
Yeah, that's very true. And one of those people is named Diano.
I'm not as bad as I used to be. It's like, I swear, when I came back from boot camp, I would use 3 or 4 F words to describe a newborn puppy. I've calmed down considerably from that, but yeah, it definitely comes out.
What a fucking cute puppy fuck.
We've had conversations about how bad words aren't actually how curse words aren't actually bad words.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's a different form of expression.
Exactly.
So Jimmy, you got someone to your side there? Introduce us.
Oh, this is my wife. Her name is Cordell. She's actually.
Can you see me?
No, they can't see you. They can see you now. Somewhere.
Oh, there she is.
Hello.
How are you?
We're doing good.
Yeah.
Another beautiful day in our neighborhood.
I love Dexter.
It's a fantastic show, or at least it used to be.
Yeah, I can't believe they're actually going to kill it off. I mean, but I guess it's got to end someday, you know.
Well, yeah, it's like, I mean, it's like 8 years. It's like that's a pretty good run. It's like, my question is, how are they gonna wrap this up?
Well, they could take it longer. I just wonder if it's because his illness.
These things just need to come to an end. It's like, after a certain point, you are officially jumping the shark, and Dexter's actually already done that a few times. It's time to let this slide.
That was actually something I was going to mention. Was I was actually going to talk about jumping the shark, but we'll get there at the end because I really think that was the ending was a sharp jumping moment.
Okay, interesting. I'm wondering what you have to say on that. But in the meantime, what's next?
His release is Dexter's release isn't it strange? I thought it was rather strange that no one questioned the fact that he was throwing away his lunch in the same trash can that happened to have stolen evidence from the evidence room.
Yeah.
Like, no one questioned that. Like, even kind of.
I think because he framed her and had her fingerprints on the guy's shirt that it didn't really matter what he said.
Yeah, but he was at the I don't know. It just would have been one heck of a coincidence. Oh, I see what you're saying. Is that she would have taken the picture and then thrown it in there, knowing that she had the picture.
Uh-huh.
See, I was thinking of it the other way around. I was thinking it'd be a coincidence if he went to the same trash can that she went to. But if it's the other way around, then it wouldn't be a coincidence. Okay, I get
exactly.
it.
The fiction that Dexter kind of played out there is that LaGuerta framed him.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, and just he got a really good. It's like, I mean, of course, it's not even remotely true, but it's like the way he's built this up, it's looking pretty bad for her. Well, not that it matters now.
Yeah, she's like a little bit dead, maybe.
yeah. She came out with a slight case of death.
You know, I'm a sucker, though. I just bought the line. They're like, hey, frames her. Okay, I don't bother looking for technicalities. I just believe in
And I thought LaGuerta, again, pulled out with the detective work in trapping Deborah. I think she should have not let that go.
Oh, yeah. It's like, I mean, she had her dead to rights.
Yeah.
That was a good moment, I thought.
And she just lets her out of the room without, like, following up. And it's, I don't know, it felt like dumb bitchitis to me, to use a David phrase.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, she dropped that ace down and just left it there on the table and didn't use it. It's like, I mean, are you serious? It's like, she had her dead to rights.
I think she
couldn't have talked herself out of that.
I think she was going to use it.
Well, yeah, it's like, what, you think she was waiting until the trace came back on the cell phones?
I think so. But all I'm thinking now is that for the next season, that they had better make sure they remember to destroy those warrants, because if someone else picks up on those warrants and still follows the trail of Deborah and Dexter on their cell phones, that could still run into an issue. And that might be what happens in the next season in order for it to go, 6, 7, 8, 12 episodes next year, because but it seems, that it would be prudent for them to destroy those warrants before anybody else picks up on it.
Signed by the judge too.
Yep.
Yeah, they're already signed, but they weren't turned in. So unless they're turned in, they're not really. It doesn't go into effect.
Seen, and then wouldn't they wonder, hey, what happened with these warrants?
Yeah, maybe.
Once again, I think, as Dayano said, we're giving the writers too much credit.
Yeah. Well, what's far more likely to happen is that these warrants will be forgotten about and never fucking mentioned again.
Very likely, yeah.
Warrants? What warrants? We don't need no stinking warrants.
We don't need no stinking warrants, man.
There you go.
Now, speaking of LaGuerta and dumb bitchitis, I've got 4 things here.
Okay.
4 things in a row of which I haven't mentioned already. One is she does not call for backup.
She goes in alone.
She doesn't search. Yeah, exactly. She doesn't search the area surrounding the empty container before entering the container.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't hear Dexter. And then she does something stupid and she goes, "Choose me or your brother."
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, all right. Your first point on that, I'll let her slide on, because it's like, if in that position, I probably wouldn't have called for backup either, because she was already pretty far down Schitt's Creek here. It's like, I mean, if this thing went sideways on her too, her career's done. She was already fighting for her career as it was. She couldn't afford for this to blow up in her face.
She was trying to do
so she was doing this on her own.
She was trying to do that single-person superhero thing and clear her name, basically,
Yeah, exactly. So on that point, I'll give her a pass on. Everything else you said, especially the last part, yeah, you nailed it. It's like, yeah, choose me, a person that you didn't like for fucking 5 years, or your dearly beloved brother. how is this gonna work? I wonder who she's gonna pick.
Well, she was trying to appeal to her sense of duty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Speaking of dumb bitchitis, can we talk about
duty.
Deb and how she shoots LaGuerta, then hugs her, and then goes to the party with probably her blood on her shirt.
Yeah, they're just strolling through the party. It's like, yep, I just killed my boss. Now I'm just strolling through here with my brother, and everything is copacetic.
That's actually something I was going to mention is how does Dexter and Deborah frame the story? I mean, they could make it to where Deborah shot LaGuerta in self-defense, but for them to have done that, they would have had to stick around for the cops instead of going to this fucking party.
Yeah, but when she goes to
I
the
don't know.
party,
They're going to have to explain
Blood
it
was on her
like
jacket.
episode 1 of next season, and it better be good because that was awful.
Yeah, it really was. Like, I mean, remember Dexter's main plan was to was to create this scenario where LaGuerta shot what's his name dude to kill Dexter's mom,
Uh-huh.
and he shot her. It's like, I mean, that was the original plan, but it's like I don't even understand how the original plan is going to work because LaGuerta has a bullet in her that comes from Deborah's gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no way to spin that.
Unless the guy
there
that killed
is.
Dexter's mom got Deborah's gun somehow. You're right.
No. All they have to do is make it to where Deborah shot LaGuerta because LaGuerta was going to shoot Estrada, and LaGuerta shot Estrada, and so Deborah shot LaGuerta.
No, that's not going to work. They're going to have to get rid of the bodies.
Yeah, but it's like even that becomes a problem. It's like if they just get rid of LaGuerta's body and have her just all of a sudden disappear, it's like that's going to put credence on her theory. It's like, okay, well, she was hardcore about investigating Dexter, and all of a sudden she's
disappeared.
gone.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened. I was like, I mean, come on, they can't be that stupid.
That actually leads into wild speculation, but I'll get there. First off, I want to go jump in the shark. Is this whole arc for Deborah, which, by the way, Jennifer Carpenter did Deborah perfectly this season.
Yeah.
Like, as badly as they wrote her character, she did it perfectly.
it's a divorce.
I appreciated her a lot more this year.
What was it? What was that, Todd?
I appreciated her, period, this year. I hated her before, and I actually was enjoying her character, had sympathy for her, and even actually thought she wasn't so hideously unattractive to my sensibilities this year.
It's the
I'll
divorce.
disagree with all those points.
You think it's the divorce? You think it's because she's single now?
Yeah, she's free.
I've actually seen her on some talk shows. She's kind of bitter too. She's kind of bitter towards men. Like ever since her
She's always
divorce.
bitter towards men. I'll say no
That
more.
brings me to, is Dexter gay?
No. Neither he nor Michael C. Hall are gay. However, he did play a gay character.
In 6 Feet Under.
Which was a damn good show. Damn good show.
Because I think Deborah's gay.
I'm with you, Mason.
Funnily enough,
And they could be one of those Hollywood couples.
He dated a guy in that show who looks a lot like Sergeant Oaks.
Oh, you're right.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
He's smaller than Sergeant Oaks, but I remember he was cut.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he
I'm
was.
with Vera from Cheers, Jimmy's wife. I think absolutely she's right about both of them.
Fair enough. Anyway, jumping the shark. What was that all
Look,
about?
Oh, I was thinking that the whole arc
I'm
for
just saying,
uh-huh.
Will Smith and Jada.
You think so? You think they're a Hollywood
No, sir.
couple?
Hollywood
No,
couple.
so.
Yeah.
Listen, I used to be in love with Jada Pinkett Smith when I was a teenager, so I'm gonna not even listen to this.
Well, owning an interior design firm in Los Angeles, we get to meet and talk to a lot of different people, and we'll leave it at that.
Boom! Right here, Geeks of the round.
I
Will
thought
Smith
Deborah
out.
was, gay. I thought Deborah was, for sure.
Well, jumping the shark, what I was thinking is that the whole Deborah ended up going from this very virtuous character to this very not virtuous character. Masuka is now the only character in Dexter who still works for the police, who is not a killer in some way. Masuka and Batista are the only good guys in the show, and Batista doesn't work for the cops anymore.
Yeah, so Masuka's the only cop left because Deborah's an associate to crime. Dexter is a killer. LaGuardia's dead. David Zayas, Batista is no longer a cop.
But Masuka's not a cop.
Quinn is back to being a drunkard loser again. So,
doing crimes, yeah.
But Masuka's not a cop.
Well, no, but he's the only one working for the police department that's not like they stay consistent. So
who doesn't have a death count? Because remember, Quinn ended up shooting George in the fucking head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And of course, Deborah ended up shooting LaGuardia to kill her. I mean, seriously, Batista and Masuka are the only two who don't have a death count, and Batista got the hell out of there.
True.
So that being said, I really think that that it's jumped the shark.
Batista killed his Trans Am, though.
Batista killed a Trans Am?
He killed his Trans Am, yeah. It died last season, in a puff of smoke in the engine.
But the reason I think they jumped the shark is because the whole Deborah going over to the dark side. Is Deborah all of a sudden becoming a killer herself? Yeah. I think that is another case of Dexter jumping the shark.
Gotcha.
Do you agree, David?
Nah, I don't think she's becoming a killer. She is just choosing between Dexter and Maria.
Oh.
Well, she did try to make it easy she did ask Dexter to kill some people a couple episodes ago. Hannah, he said, you got to do what you have to do with Hannah. And so, I mean, she might not be a killer herself, but she's, like, requesting a Dexter's services. Yeah, so it's like hiring a hitman anyway.
Yeah, but you guys are forgetting, too, when, what's her name? Deb walked in, and that guy from the church or whatever, the motivational speaker, was being killed, and Dexter was there on the other side of the plastic. She let him go because she felt that he should die.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. I had forgotten about that.
So she has a little bit of a dark side, I guess. It's just that she's, she just won't do it. She allows things to happen, or she requests for things to happen. So that could, I don't know if that counts or not, but
she can't have lived her entire life with Dexter and not want to kill something.
Now, can I ask a question? This is mostly for Deano and David.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Where's Carl? I mean Harrison.
He's in the house.
Yeah, he's in the house.
No, at the party.
No, he's in the house. What's Carl?
Because the babysitter's at the party, Dexter's at the party, Deb's at the party.
No, she said that she put Harrison down in the office. He's sleeping.
Oh, okay.
She did say that. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I must have missed that. I guess I missed that.
Yeah. Or he's in the house.
With the aid of a couple of cocktails, the babysitter special.
I think next season we're going to see Harrison going around with a little silenced pistol.
Cowboy.
He had a sheriff's hat.
That sounds like a meme.
That'll totally happen.
Start capping bad guys.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Now I'm not digging the fact that they actually reused that whole he shot him, he shot her thing twice in a season. They did that with Quinn and the guy at the strip club.
Yeah,
and they finished it off the last episode with LaGuardia and whatever that guy's name. The fact that they used that same situation twice, I'm not digging that so much.
It was a throwaway though. They were just doing that because now that Deborah's bullet is in there, they can't do that anyway. So whatever device Dexter was going to do was something that the writers were throwing away, so why bother thinking, I guess?
Yeah, it's not something forensics is going to get them out of.
I personally
If anything, it'll only make it worse.
I personally think my favorite part of last the last season's episode was when Deborah is in the car with Dexter and she hears a noise and she's like, "What's that?"
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's Estrada.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
She like
Yeah,
up and
then she
leaves.
just
She,
got out
like,
the car. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, is that all? I was like, let me just go ahead and go now.
she had this look on her face like, I don't believe this shit. I'm out of here.
Did anyone else think
Looked
that,
at
like,
the back when she walked by the back, she didn't even look in the window, which I found to be a little odd.
Yeah, but you kind of got to give Dexter props on that one. It's like, at least he was honest. He didn't try lying. It's like, yeah, that's Estrada.
did anyone else think that Estrada was, like, going to start shooting
Yeah.
from the back of the car because you never saw Dexter disarm him?
Yeah.
But
I'm a sheep.
I didn't think he was going to start
Just
shooting, but I figured he'd start kicking the back of the chair or something.
Well, he wasn't fully awake anyway, I don't think. I think he was just stirring.
right.
It was a half a dose that he was given.
No, it's half a
they-
dose that LaGuerta was given.
Yeah.
I personally assumed they gave it to both of them. I know he didn't say, but I assumed he gave half to both, so because it wouldn't show up in either system.
Maybe. So I think the only thing left to bring up now is Hannah McKay.
Oh yeah, Hannah McKay coming back.
Well, I think she gave the flower. I think
she
gave the flower to Dexter to say bye. Like, I stopped by, but I think she's gone. I think she took off.
No, sir.
You don't think she ran?
No, they want to leave that out there like that.
Why not? They did with what's her
other
face,
girl.
Julia Stiles' character.
Yeah, she ran and
Because she
took
didn't
off.
have
No,
vendetta.
but Julia Stiles is coming back next season to kick Hannah's ass.
Well, it's like I feel that Julia Stiles' character is like her story had been told. It's like it had been wrapped up sufficiently where we didn't need to see her back. Yvonne's character, however, is like, no, this story. There's a lot more still to this story. She's gonna have to come back next season.
Well, she actually loves Dexter. That was real.
Mm-hmm.
He's crazy, but it was real.
Very
I
true.
think that we need to just have a mud fight between the two of them. Just throw them in a mud pit.
Game on.
Yes.
Don't imagine I'd have much issue with that.
Our one female here is strangely silent.
Yeah, odd.
You guys go to mud.
Well,
Mud-
Better than dirty
Mud-
girls.
do you prefer Jello? I'm cool with Jello.
No, yeah. or just oil.
There you go. See?
See, okay, see, now you're getting the hang of this.
Now we have what we normally finish off with, which is wild speculation time. Now, we've just finished off the season, so there's not a whole lot of wild speculation that we can do except for what we think is going to happen next season. Does anyone here have theories to get shot down in the first episode of next season?
Okay, so next season, remember they went back to the party. Now, someone had mentioned, what about the water's blood on her dress? But if you remember, when Deb shot her, she had on a jacket. See, the jacket had the blood. And I think the jacket is going to end up somewhere that creates an issue. But there's no blood on the dress.
Now, I just have a question. What is wrong with the theory of Deborah shooting LaGuerta because LaGuerta is shooting Estrada?
Then she should have stayed. The whole flight issue, because she is going to have to explain how come she actually called to find out where LaGuardia's car was going.
Oh,
She called into the
possibly
station.
because she thought. See, that's just it. I think that would play in Deborah's favor because Deborah could say, "Hey, I was thinking that LaGuerta was setting Dexter up."
Yeah.
But
Or
they
that she thinks she thought she.
left.
Yeah, she left. She didn't call it in or anything.
I don't think they're going to bring that up. I think Jimmy's wife. I think that you just touched on something that they messed up on. I don't think they're going to bring that up.
Yeah, they'll just pretend like it didn't happen. They're good at that.
Yeah, but they're also good at bringing back things that that we had forgotten about. That we had figured that they had forgotten about.
Well, I think Batista might actually blow the whole thing open, because I think you're right, where he's the only kind of innocent left.
That's why he left. That's why he's not in the Force, because then he's pulled back in. You know, it's that typical action cliche. He's pulled back.
The Godfather. The Godfather. They keep pulling me back.
If I can, my wild speculation goes into hers, actually, sort of.
No, you don't get to. I'm sorry.
Damn it! I think next year is going to be flat out, where the fuck is LaGuerta? You were being called the Bay Harbor Butcher. Now LaGuerta's gone. The whole Force is going to start turning on him. And it's going to be a slow decline till Dexter's end.
Do we think he's going to survive next season?
No.
I still think Hannah's comment, "You should have killed me," is going to come back at the end of next season.
Huh. Interesting.
And maybe
you
Hannah
have
will
to
be the one
kill
who
Hannah.
kills
I'm telling you, Julia Stiles is coming back.
That is not going to happen.
Hannah kills him, and it's their ultimate act of love for each other in the end.
Oh, they poison each other.
Oh, Romeo and Juliet.
Oh yeah,
Or
one
he
poison,
kills
one
her.
pretends to poison themselves, and then
No, I think she'll walk away from it.
I wouldn't trust Hannah with the poison, because she's waking up afterwards.
she's built up an immunity like Princess Bride.
Yeah, exactly.
Same reference.
Sounds
One of
legit.
my favorite movies.
I still can't believe that Juan Pablo Montoya is playing on Homeland now.
We should do discussions on Homeland next season.
Yeah.
David, get on that.
Wait, who is he on Homeland?
He's Sal.
He's Sal.
Who?
Sal.
You mean Saul?
Saul, yeah.
The chief. The chief that what's her face works for.
Yeah.
Carrie.
Yeah, he's
Thank
Saul.
I didn't get that. Okay.
You killed my father. Now I'm going to waterboard you. So.
So do we have any other wild speculations before I break mine out?
The writers will fuck shit up.
Yeah.
That's my
yeah.
crazy speculation. I don't know how accurate that is.
That's expected. It's not really wild.
This is crazy theory.
I think my crazy theory, and this was someone else's crazy theory of which I co-opted, is that Batista will be the one who is going rogue after the person who killed LaGuerta.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, he still has feelings, so
Yeah.
Well, and they kind of tapped on that in that last episode where he mentioned to her, well, you're not still having feelings, because he seemed like he could be all in.
Yeah.
But then he also doesn't have a schedule to keep. He can totally be rogue.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
he is a detective.
still in his heart, in his training.
And once a detective, always a detective.
I think maybe the restaurant won't do so well, and he'll work as a PI. Either that, or there needs to be a spin-off. After Dexter is ended, there needs to be a spin-off called Batista.
It could also be that Harrison's first words, besides "daddy" and all that, is "daddy's a killer."
On Batista's spinoff, that'll only happen if The Forgotten with Kevin Bacon fails. He just got hired for that.
Red rum.
Okay, I don't understand either. Deanna's shaking his head.
this wild speculation is getting a little bit too hot. I was like, I'm just waiting at this point for someone to say, well, yeah, Dukes returns as a zombie, and
and then Harrison shoots him.
So unless we got something else, I think that's it. Todd keeps disappearing on us. There he goes.
Naked people keep running by me. Sorry, I was on mute again.
Did you say naked people? Okay.
Must be nice.
I unmuted to nod my head.
Must be nice.
So unless that's it, I think we can wrap this up. Anyone got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how they're going to be. They're going to be on the run next year somehow, and and the fact that they both disappeared from the party. Like Dexter never showed up until later. Deb disappeared, and at that same time, LaGuerta and all other stuff happened. Somebody's got to try to tie that together, and somehow. And I don't know how they're going to, and I don't know how the writers are going to do it, but there's got to be some sort of tie together dealing with the fact that they were out of the party for a period of time, and I just don't know how they're going to do it, So.
Well, I think they were very distinctly at another party. Okay. I think that party at the end was not Batista's party.
Are you sure?
But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
No, that's Batista's party, honey.
Yeah.
I'm all about decor, so
okay.
I remember
the way the party looked. Yeah.
Well, no, his decor is distinctive.
Yeah.
Okay. That being it, we'll wrap this up. My name's Matt. This has been Geeks of the Round season finale for Dexter season 7. Everyone say bye.
Bye.